We're going to be back. Who came on the Chicago racing scene here at Maywood a couple weeks ago. And Tom, you have just been winning with everything you drive. You have such a good stable. Can you tell the fans what you go through to get the stable together?
Well, we go through a long winter of preparation, and we're down in Florida during the winter months when everybody's up here in the cold and struggling. We're down there. It's a little nicer of a track. We have better weather. We can prepare our horses better. When they come up here, they're a lot fresher. We give them time off in the winter, and they come out when we come to Maywood, and they just put out 100%, and they're feeling good, and everything's racing real well right now.
Now, you tend to raise all of your horses from yearlings or babies and get them ready for the racetrack.
No.
Do you buy many from outside sources or at sales?
We buy most of them at the sales, private individuals. We usually end up with 7 or 8 babies every year, and then we buy 7 or 8 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, and we're always looking for a good horse, and we've been very fortunate in the past 4 or 5 years. We've always ended up with a couple.
Well, now you have 2 horses that are eligible for the Windy City Pace that'll be going in the eliminations this Friday, Cotton Sock and Bretmondale Star.
Right.
And now, which one of those, do you think both of those horses will be eligible and be in the Windy City Pace?
I would like to think so. They're both nice colts. We bought them both at yearlings at the sales, and we brought them along slow, and they've developed into nice racehorses, and hopefully we'll make it to the Windy City again.
Now, if you have 2 horses in the Windy City Pace, who's most likely to drive the other one for you?
Well, we'll probably pick one of the top drivers here in Chicago, Dave or Dale or Laverne, or, you know, we have a good choice here.
Oh, you definitely.
Yeah.
Now, which one would you choose to drive, Cotton Sock or Bretmondale Star?
I would probably end up driving Bretmondale Star because he's a little tougher. You got to know him a little bit, and I've driven him quite a bit, and I get along good with him.
Some of the fans and I were watching the race last night, and we noticed you never hit your horses. You're winning by so much. You never have to use that whip. I mean, when you go to the whip, you're really, it's an unusual situation for you.
Well, when you have young horses like we have in our barn, you don't teach them anything by hitting on them. Mm-hmm. You hand drive them. You try to, you get as much out of them as you can. When you go to the whip, it's a last resort. And they've been good enough, and they've been in where they can win, and fortunately, I haven't had to use the whip, but I do use it whenever I have to.
When you have to. Now, you had a really exciting event in Illinois racing happen to you on Sunday at Balmoral with Incredible Finale. Can you tell the fans what it was like to cross that $1 million mark with that horse? That horse has just been so good for you.
Yeah, it's a thrill to win $1 million with any horse. There isn't that many horses in the country that have done it, so it's a thrill no matter what horse it is. But to have an Illinois bred and to be the first to do it, it's a great thrill, and the horse has worked hard. He's been all over the country to do it, and I think it's a great boost in the arm for the state of Illinois, and hopefully, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more millionaires in Illinois.
I think so, too. Now, what about George Steinbrenner and Charles Day on that horse? What are they like as owners? I mean, George has been infamous for being very temperamental with his baseball team. How is he with his horses?
He's very good. George is a great owner. Charlie's a great owner. They come up with the money when I need it. They give me full control. I run the show as I see fit. I'm sure there's a lot of times they don't agree with me, but they sit back and don't say much and let me make my mistakes. And
do with the horses what you can. Tom, thanks so much for being with us, and we'll see Tom Harmer in the winner's circle for the Windy City.